those who wish to strike down on the very oppressed, from the stop and frisk policy, where Ramarley was brutally targeted, ran up in his home, and shot point blank. This is not about finding criminals. This is a system which you are complicit in. That criminalizes youth that look like me. We are not criminals. We are youth. We are your future. Do not criminalize, harass, stop and frisk, and murder. Fucking murder. Us.
Exclusive video of the bathroom where police shot and killed a teenager in the Bronx. We also have new security camera video showing what was happening outside Ramarley Graham's home before that fatal shooting. Fox 5's Nicole Johnson has the very latest.
This surveillance video shows what happened moments before the shooting death of Ramarley Graham. See there, he appears to be walking casually into his home and locks the door. Then seconds later, 2 police officers are seen running, trying to kick the door in. With no success, you can see several police officers swarming the house. Then they parade in. Neighbors tell us police entered the back of the house, then went upstairs to Graham's apartment and opened fire. Fox 5's cameras were allowed inside the bathroom where the shooting happened. Still visible traces of blood. The police commissioner explains what happened inside the bathroom, according to the officers.
The partner also reported hearing the shooting officer, as he stood at the bathroom door, yell, quote, "Show me your hands, show me your hands." And then, quote, "Gun, gun." The partner said he then heard a shot.
Today, Graham's family, clearly emotional, leaving a closed-door meeting with police, the DA, and community leaders. While the facts on exactly what happened here are still being sorted out, there are more questions than answers.
We want to know what happened and why it happened, and then hopefully we never have to go through this again.
This entire community is wrapping its support around Graham's family with flowers, cards, and notes. But the family's having a hard time with funeral expenses. So far, they've collected $1,500 in donations. In the Bronx, Nicole Johnson, Fox 5 News.
Not a bad kid.
He was just your normal 18-year-old.
Normal 18-year-old kid.
But first at 11 o'clock, emotions running high tonight after a deadly police shooting in the Bronx. Police chase a teenager into his house, struggle, and then shoot him in front of his family. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bill Ritter.
And I'm Sade Bedarenwa. Now controversy because the 18-year-old was unarmed. This story is developing at 11. Eyewitness News reporter Jeff Begay's at the scene in the Wakefield section. Jeff?
Yeah, the NYPD's top brass acknowledging tonight that the 18-year-old did not have a gun when he was shot and killed in his home. The investigation underway behind me down this block tonight, even at this late hour.
The police hasn't given him any information at all.
Tonight at the 47th Precinct, Ramarley Graham's family is looking for answers. The 18-year-old's mother and father are grieving.
He's a loving boy, loving kid. Only willing to help anybody on the street. He will help an old lady crossing the street. He's like that. He's not a bad kid.
The shooting happened at about 3 this afternoon. According to investigators, police first spotted Graham on White Plains Road. They say he ran. Cops went after him, and they ended up in Ramarley Graham's home at 749 East 229th Street. There was a struggle. Police fired a shot that hit Graham in the chest, killing him. Minutes after the shooting, as word spread in the neighborhood, an explosion of anger spilled out onto the streets.
That's why you couldn't be my brother. Out here, you're just like them.
Police are interviewing witnesses. Graham's 6-year-old brother and his grandmother saw the shooting unfold. More than 7 hours after the shooting, the grandmother was still being questioned by police.
I think they're trying to question the grandmother, isolate her. It's now going on, I don't know how many hours. She's probably tired, and they're trying to get a statement from her to the effect where her observations are marginalized.
And there are still a lot of unanswered questions surrounding this shooting. including what exactly happened in that home at about 3 this afternoon. Just a few minutes ago, we spoke with the grandmother who was one of the witnesses to this shooting. We're going to have more of her interview tomorrow morning on Eyewitness News this morning. We're live in the Bronx. Jeff Pegues, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Good evening. I'm Kadi Tong. Devastating new video shows a Bronx teenager being pursued by police moments before he was killed. The teenager's grandmother is now speaking out about the terrifying ordeal. Mario Diaz has been following this story closely. He's live now in the Wakefield section of the Bronx for us. Mario.
Kadi, that's right. We're on East 229th here in the Wakefield section of the Bronx. Behind me, friends and family are gathered in front of the home that was that of Ramarley Graham. There are candles set up. The family and friends are still mourning 48 hours. And today, this afternoon, we finally got a look at the images of what exactly happened. The surveillance video is dramatic and telling. At 3 p.m. Thursday, 18-year-old Ramarley Graham can be seen walking into his home on East 229th in the Bronx. The NYPD rushes in seconds later without a search warrant and try to gain entry.
And he's kicking the door because the door is locked. They came in with their gun drawn.
According to a resident who was inside during the forced entry,
they did not screen police.
And there is no sign of a search warrant. The surveillance video is high grade. Its clarity, that of a professional. Clearly the officers are seen desperately trying to break into the house through the front door. The damage evident once we got our cameras inside. The video also shows the NYPD entering through the back and then unlocking the front door. Once in, the race upstairs to Graham is on. And moments later,
boom, boom,
is all Paulette Minzy heard. In her bathroom and barely dressed, she suddenly had a gun in her face. Minzy then put her hands up and screams,
"I'm the landlord, I'm the landlord."
Minzy said the NYPD then searched her home. They found no gun. On the second floor, an unarmed Ramarley Graham was dead. After everything that's happened and the death of the young boy, how do you trust police?
I can't trust them. I'm scared of them. Right now I'm scared of my life because I don't know what they will do. Because, you know, I don't know what they do, and if they saw me, I'm so scared.
Do you think they're doing their job?
No, they're not. They're not doing their job. They're not doing their job. They're cruel. They're very cruel, and I'm scared of my life because if the cops come and put the gun in my face, I'm so scared.
And she's not the only one that is afraid. There are many people in this community who are on edge as well. We just had moments ago a car drive by here, and the drivers inside were actually cursing out the NYPD. This morning in Harlem, Reverend Al Sharpton had a gathering. He said that he is not anti-police, nor is the entire community. They are against officers getting gunned down. They are also against unarmed teenagers getting gunned down. Reporting from the Wakefield section of the Bronx, Mario Diaz, Pix 11 News. Kaidi.
Thank you, Mario.
Your grandmothers and grandfathers went through this back in the 40s and the 50s. Remember when they couldn't vote? They had to ride in the back of the bus. They had no rights whatsoever. Just to let you know the history that they do not teach to you in today's educational system. If you look into your own history, when your grandfathers and grandmothers, and there's some senior citizens out here, let me tell you, when you look at a senior citizen, I'm looking at one now, she's shaking her head. You know what? She's shaking her head. She's been through this before. She's been through this before.
You know, we all are intelligent people here. I don't have to be in this district to know what went on here was an execution in my view. And the buck got to stop somewhere. Enough is enough is enough. I don't want to keep seeing more and more of these cases. Police on Porter modified duties. Then they take them back out after 2 months, after they make us go to sleep, and put them back on the job somewhere else. I say they should be fired, investigated, and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
That's right. That's right.
I'm not going to stop coming back. until we get to the bottom of this. And Mayor Bloomberg, Chief Executive of this city, if he has any respect for minority people, pay a visit here. Pay a visit here and show respect to the family. So with that, we'll continue on until we see some results here.
That could have been my son. That could have been my nephew. That's my brother. That's my uncle. What the hell? That's my father. You just gonna go around and kill me in my house? No weapon?